In education, schools across Illinois will soon have to teach trauma training. It's part of a new law that went into effect January 1st. News Channel 20's Kyra Willis sits down with District 186's behavioral health specialists to learn about the steps they're taking to combat trauma.
The Illinois State Board of Education will be implementing school district-level Children's Adversity Index to measure childhood trauma exposure. And while it doesn't exist just yet, Springfield District 186 is already taking action to inform students and families about the impact of childhood trauma.
Well, childhood trauma has no boundaries. Trauma is real, trauma is prevalent, it is toxic to the brain, it is toxic to development, it is toxic to our community.
District 186 behavioral specialist Gail Neely Colbeck says the Children's Adversity Index will benefit the work they are already doing, saying the index determines the amount of resources like therapists and counselors needed at that school.
Having an index that quantifies what it really looks like in this community, for example, you can't ignore it. But when the state is starting to actually measure what is the impact of that trauma on a particular community, you're obligated to do something about it.
Colbeck says District 186 has already implemented instruction on trauma-informed practices to their teachers.
We've trained close to 700 staff in the district through our trauma series, and we are super excited about that. With our partnership with WICS, we're also doing some what we call problem-based learning.
Colbeck says schools serve as a critical system of support for children who have experienced trauma, and a child's reaction to a traumatic event can interfere with their learning or behavior at school, saying trauma programs are important not only for students but for parents as well.
When we have schools that are trauma-informed, trauma-aware, responsive, and healing-centered, we have the ability to interrupt and mitigate that trauma and perhaps change the trajectory of a child's life.
District 186 currently has 7 schools that already have childhood trauma programs in place, including Washington Middle School, Douglas Alternative School, and the Springfield Learning Academy. Reporting in the studio, I'm Kyra Willis. Back to you.
Thanks, Kyra. The law states a Children's Adversity Index must be implemented in school districts by May of 2025.
Thanks for watching. Stick around by subscribing today and don't miss a single video.